Da sind wir wieder zurück zu Her Story. Ja, letztes Mal haben wir Street gesucht, aber da steht 8 Einträge gefunden, aber wir haben nur 5. Ja, das heißt wahrscheinlich, dass wir, ja, dass man den kompletten Straßennamen eingeben muss, den ich aber nicht mehr lesen kann, weil ich so gespielt habe. Ist aber jetzt nicht so schlimm, ich suche einfach was anderes. Ja, wir haben was gefunden.
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them. I hoover, I dust every week. Maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week. But every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day. Ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that.
Okay.
1984 was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring and my parents died in the summer. It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful. Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. A forensic entomologist. I had to look that up. It was because of the heat. It was just awful.
Okay.
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
Na. Was suchen wir jetzt? Genau. Nichts. Okay. Dann machen wir jetzt Tag. Heute haben wir einen Tag.
I got a job to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school. They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids. So you see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's never just been the two of us, there's always been pressure.
Okay, ich probiere jetzt mal was Neues aus. Aha. Also funktioniert das doch, Schätze.
This is the third day running you've called me in. I speak to Doug and Eleanor every day. And they say you've been asking a lot of questions. About me. Should I be worried? Am I a suspect?
On the week. Week. Ah, okay.
A wig? You mean... What type of wig?
Yeah, what type of wig? 4 Sekunden.
No, I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig? No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow, so we were separated again. I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognised me, I started wearing a wig. Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant, but I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers, drunk guys I'd met in clubs, in parks and alleyways. I was 17. It felt like I was being punished. But it was Hannah who had betrayed us. I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD. When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan.
So, falls einer nicht weiß, was Wig ist, das ist eine Perücke.
This was 9,
Nur Info.
about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry, the kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing, she tore it off. Eventually, we grew tired of fighting and I left.
Okay. 9. Ich habe einfach nur 9 eingegeben, also wollte nur mal wissen, ob es funktioniert.
I didn't. I slept in the car. I left about 9 that night. I wasn't there.
Ich habe einfach nur mal Zahlen ausprobiert.
He left after the argument. It was about 8 o'clock. No. I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months. We carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after. I think when I drove back it was about 8 or something. And I got back to the house about 3.
Okay, 3 müssen wir auch noch suchen dann.
About 8 years back. It was a present to myself. I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up.
Tattoo.
I think they say you can have 1 cup.
Hoffentlich kann ich das richtig schreiben.
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs. It was an accident. I had read a diary at that point and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day and I left. Walked out and across the street.
So, wir wollten auf noch schauen, bevor wir Tattoos suchen.
I think so. I mean, to get into our garden, we'd have to climb through other gardens. All the gardens back onto each other, so you'd have to climb over 1, 2, 3 gardens to get to ours. I mean, did anyone see anything? Did anyone see anyone come and go? An intruder? No, no one has been in the last few weeks. We had a plumber come in 3, 4 weeks ago. Someone sang with you from the rock.
Das The Rock werde ich nachher auch nochmal suchen.
I think it was that time, the first time at the house, in his bed, that I got pregnant. Amazing, right? This fucking magic sperm. And they say lightning doesn't strike twice. I didn't tell him. I missed 3 periods. I had pretty irregular periods anyway, but 3. I had always thought we were infertile. Both of us. I didn't tell him. Just waited. Hannah and I were meeting for our birthday, and I told her because I thought she would be happy for us both. I think she was. Like I said before, it was 3, something like that. I walked in, saw Simon. He was on the floor of the living room.
Aha.
His throat had been cut. There was a lot of blood. Yeah, he was dead.
So.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off with the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not book so much, or watching TV. He likes TV.
Okay, habe ich mal notiert. Also Scar und Glasses habe ich mal aufgeschrieben.
Oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality. It's an apple and a snake.
Apple and gehen wir dann nachher ein.
So I moved out. Got a small bed sit. Got my tattoo to mark the occasion. I was singing in a bar in the evenings, so I had some money, enough money to cover my rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since. I haven't put down any roots. I don't exist.
Okay, sie existiert nicht. Das glaube ich nicht.
He saw me singing one of my shows. Pure chance. Not sure I remember what he was even doing there. Afterwards, I had a drink at the bar and he came over and we got talking. I knew who he was. Obviously I knew who he was. But he didn't know who I was. He was fascinated by the likeness. He guessed my name from my tattoo. Told me it was a palindrome, like that would impress me. I enjoyed talking to him. It was amazing to be able to sit and interact and talk to him after all this time. He didn't tell me he was married. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He later told me it was like he was dreaming. A waking dream.
Da wollte ich
Even
noch.
after all this, it was amazing. I didn't know where that would impress me.
Palindrom, okay, das wollte ich noch dann nachher nach. Das schaue ich gleich, bevor ich es vergiss. Okay, komm mal. Okay, sie kann singen.
Nothing else happened that night. We talked, then I said goodbye. Then next week I was singing in the bar again, and there he was. And again the next week, he offered to buy me a meal. I told him I had already eaten, and so we got chips and ate them on the beach instead. When we said goodbye, he asked me to kiss him. Romantic.
So. Okay, da haben wir's.
His body did not real. And his throat. It looked like his throat had been cut. And I didn't see his glasses. There's these thick glasses.
Okay, die Klasse muss ich auf jeden Fall nachher suchen.
It doesn't always wear them. On his throat. How? Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present. Another mirror.
Okay, mirror.
Just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off. It wasn't the present so much, it was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror, a nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me. The mirror. I can't remember. I put it somewhere safe. Upstairs, I think. I haven't looked at it since.
Okay. Was hat's mit dem Spiegel auf sich?
Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
Mirror glass. Ah.
Look, on his clothes, that would make sense. He made it by hand. I mean, he brushes the silver onto the glass. It's not how they make mirrors these days. I mean, he made the mirror and he gave it to me.
Cut. Das rote Karte ist das ein bisschen... Kann man das so? Okay. Smash. One. Okay.
A mobile phone? Yeah. Well, they have one for the glaziers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number. Oh, it's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle. He was wearing a shirt, with a blue turtleneck shirt and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric. He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear. He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
So, jetzt habe ich einige Sachen wieder aufgeschrieben, das ist sehr gut.
His married couple stuff. A stupid argument, nothing specific. No one knows how to push your buttons better than those you're close to.
Blue Turtle können wir suchen, Jeans können wir suchen. Na, jetzt haben wir's. Aha, okay, das ist einmal für Hugo. Suchen wir mal Eric.
So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument.
Friday.
He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job. He didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock, that's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. It just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come and see you. His parents haven't heard anything either. Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one. He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash, but Eric convinced him to get one.
Was suchen wir jetzt? Okay, können wir streichen. Dann Glasses. Simons. Okay, das funktioniert auch nicht. Living Room. Ah, okay, da haben wir wieder was Neues. Sehr gut.
We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby, if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope. Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road. I walked up to the house, I knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag, unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes on the shoe rack. I shouted out for him. I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. He wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly into the living room. Nothing. I walked upstairs to the bedroom. He wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. Then I had a shower. Whilst I was in the shower, the phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, but I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him. Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
Eins wollte ich jetzt noch schauen. Ups. Gut, streichen wir das. She killed him. Ah, okay.
What did your wife do? She didn't kill you. You think I killed Simon because he was having an affair? Well, I didn't kill him. I wasn't even there. I was in Glasgow worrying about whether my baby was still growing inside me. I mean, why would I kill Simon? I loved him.
Okay, I loved him. I hate him. Kill. Okay, da war auch was. Das schauen wir jetzt noch
I mean,
an.
what if they were crazy? You hear about these crazy people all the time. I mean, why would anyone who knew Simon want to kill him? I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was
Dollhouse habe ich
given
hier
to
aufgeschrieben.
them or they inherited it. I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it. It was so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there. It's a beautiful thing. Wallpaper to scale, little furniture, the lights work, mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing in it, invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork for them all, passports, diaries, and gave them all really elaborate stories. Once, a moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on. It was making the most horrendous noise. We tried to kill it, but it was tough. We ended up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
Bitte, 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 bitte. Ah, schade. Blub. Really read me text, was? Na. Mod. So, was könnte man noch als letztes suchen? Was gebe ich ein? Verdrückt. Sorry.
She's crying, I guess. She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman. But it's okay, because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother. And so it's fine.
Okay, also gibt's Simon Brother. Na okay, dann war's es wieder mit dem Part und wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Mal. Bis dann, euer Zlabus. Tschüss, Dankeschön.